Hey there YouTube, it is me, DK here, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but I am sick today with a cold/flu, but I still decided to show you guys something, and I decided, you know what, it'd be nice to now do some MTG openings and some reviews, and I'm using my Yu-Gi-Oh! Playmat, sadly, because I can't find a MTG playmat that's at a good value, but today I'm going to be doing a review on the cards I use in my blue-white flyer deck. So, one of the main ones I want to show you guys is Fated Retribution, and the only reason why I like it is it destroys all creatures and planeswalkers and you scry 2, which is pretty decent. But it costs 7, which is a little bit, kind of like a little saucy to use. Then, one of my other cards I got from a Born of the Gods is Hero of Iroas. Iroas spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and he's got Heroic on it, which is very decent, very good to use if you want to help him out, get more stronger and stronger. Then I got a card that mainly helps my creatures fly, and that is Archetype of Imagination. Now mainly with this card, it's pretty decent. Your creatures you control have flying, creatures your opponent control lose flying and can't gain or have or gain flying. So basically that's a really good card if you really want to get your creatures out. Them creatures flying, you can do that in your opponents with like creatures with flying like vampires or any other ones would lose it, and they basically like can't attack for flying, which is very good. And the final card, like, say your opponent uses Fireball, and it says deal X damage to your opponent equal to number of mountains. If you play this card, Aegis of the Gods, which is probably one of the very good cards in my deck, it says you have Hexproof, which is very good, just as long as he isn't destroyed, but if he is destroyed then you're in trouble. But those are the main cards, main rares, and now let's get on to our mythics. First mythic I got out of a Gatecrash booster pack a couple days ago was Council of the Absolute, and it costs 4 for a 2/4. As Council of the Absolute enters the battlefield, name a card other than a creature or land card. Your opponents can't cast cards with the chosen name. Spells with the chosen name you cast cost 2 less to cast, which is very good. So like, say your opponent controls Banishing Light, you play that, boom, then basically you say you can't play you say the card like Banishing Light, they can't play that for the rest of the game, which is really good, and it's pretty saucy. It's a pretty decent card here. And then, out of an Innistrad pack, I got Mirror Mad Phantasm, and I've been opening MTG for a couple of years. It's got flying, but you tap 2 for it. It's kind of iffy. Here, let's see if you guys can read it. But yeah, basically that's a iffy card in some cases. Then, one of the main cards I got from a Commander deck is Jazal Goldmane. Basically, I'm guessing it's like, what, a Johnny's brother or something. Legendary, 4 for a 4/4, first strike, tap 5, attacking creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. It's pretty good there. I mean, it's not the best. Then out of the same one, I got a Sun Titan that came with it. Vigilance, enters the battlefield, may return target permanent, convert mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, it's pretty cool, and the saying is, a blazing sun that never sets. So, that's another one. Then, one of the god cards I got from my white one is Heliod, God of the Sun. And the reason why it's a 4 for a 5/6 legendary enchantment creature god with indestructible, as your devotion is, you know, he isn't a creature. But if you tap 4, you put a 2/1, so I mean, it's okay to use. And also other creatures you control have Vigilance, which is pretty okay. And the final card is my Planeswalker, and that is Jace Memory Adept. Dun dun dun. +1 ability, draw a card, then they put the top card of that. And his 0 ability is very annoying. Top 10 cards his or her library into his or her graveyard. That is pretty, that's like a cheat right there. Then -7, any number of target players each draw 20 cards. I mean, you draw 20, but then the problem is you have to discard a bunch of those, and that's a bit of a problem. But that is all my mythics for my blue and white deck, and now we're gonna review my black and blue deck. And the only good cards I have in here, and I'm only gonna be showing you guys the rares and mythics that I got in it. So our first rare that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys is Dig Through Time, and it costs 8, but it's Delve and look at the top 7 cards, put 2 in your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. It's okay, I guess, but for 7, ugh. But for 1, pay 1 for Hypnotic Siren with enchantment, bestow for 7. It has flying, you control enchant creature gets +1/+1, and has flying, which is pretty good. Then you got Curse of the Spine. X for pay 2 and an X. Exile X target creatures. For each target creature exiled this way, its controller puts a 2/2 green boar creature token onto the battlefield. And I have 4 others. The promo card, Deathbringer Regent, 7 for flying, which is pretty good. Then one of my favorite god cards, Phoenix, God of Deception. Destructible, and it's basically like a mill card. Here, let me hold it up for you guys to read. And then this one is very good. Mirko Vosk, Mind Drinker. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, it means you start milling your deck until you pull 4 land cards, which is very good. Then Consuming Apparition, for however many cards you have in your graveyard, that's how much power of toughness it gets, and attack power, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next MTG opening or more. Bye!